Hello, everybody. This is Amy, and I am starting a debt free journey. I'm starting on January 1st. I plan on coming to you at least once a month with updates and to see how it's going. I want to do cash stuffings, I want to pay off debt and do some savings at the same time. And I'm hoping to have all of my debt paid off sometime in 2028, which sounds like a long time from now, but I am a firm believer in whomever said the line, the time's going to pass whether you do anything with it or not. So let's do something with it because eventually it's going to be 2028 and I'm either going to have my debt paid off or I'm going to be in more debt. So let's decide what I want to do with my time. I would like to save money at the same time because I would like to purchase a home. My husband and I currently live in a home that's getting ready to be paid off, and I'm hoping that by then he will be excited like I am. We'll see what happens with that, but right now that is my plan, is to pay off debt and become have a nice down payment. I think I would qualify for an FHA loan, but I don't know for sure. I haven't gotten into that yet. That's quite a ways off, but this is the process of me getting there. Reason I'm waiting until January, as you can see up on my screen, that it's December 4th. This is being recorded on December 4th of 2024. So I am starting in January, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So I had gotten all my credit cards way down to like almost zero balances on all of them. And I bought a camper. And now that's a debt that I have to pay off. And I bought things for the camper. I should have everything I need now. If I don't have it, then I'll have to save up for it because I don't want to put anything else on credit. I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to get rid of my credit cards because I don't want the utilization to change, but we'll get into that later. As I'm learning, I will tell you what I learned. Okay, so this website here is Vertex 42. There's the website. If you go to calculators, did it click on calculators? There we go, financial calculators. Go to this debt payoff calculator. Get rid of that advertisement. Then you come down, where is it? Debt reduction calculator, debt payoff calculator. Oh, here it is. Debt reduction calculator. I was ahead of myself a little bit. And then you go right here. So you can download it as an Excel file or a Google Sheet. This will include up to 10 creditors. If you want to know how to use it better, you can watch the demo video. It's really easy. But then you also have the extended version. If you want $9.95, and you can have up to 40 creditors. If you have that many, you can buy it. If you do this and just figure out your bills and just put the first 10, and then you can just add, when these 10 are paid off, take them off and put new 10 on, and that way you don't have to pay for it. I'm only putting 10. My student loans aren't going to be on here. They will be added later. But right now, I just need to get this stuff paid off. Okay, so I already have it downloaded. To download it, you just click here. You click on the download, follow the prompts, and then it's downloaded. It's completely safe. I have it. It's okay to use. So these are my numbers currently. And I did pay for the bigger one. I forgot that I had bought that before. I did pay for the one that I can use up to 40, but I don't need them. I should probably add my student loans on here, but I'm not currently because they'll be close to being paid off, I think. I can pay them off later. We're not going to worry about student loans right now for me. Okay, so I'm starting 1/1/2025. You want to put the balance date. So these balances are going to be different when I start on January 1st. So I will go in and change these as January 1st comes. So these are current back a couple of weeks ago or a week or two ago. But these are my numbers. Okay. Let me. Oops. Okay. So here it is. I have it saved as an Excel sheet. Here it is. You can see that I plan on starting January 1st, 2025. You would put the date in here that you want to start. These are my numbers currently. They may or may not, they're not correct current. They're not exactly correct because they are a couple weeks old. So I've paid on some of them or maybe charged something on one of them. But these are the numbers as of a couple weeks ago. I know this one right here has been charged. I've used it for Christmas stuff, and so that's why I'm starting January 1st. We're just not going to worry about it until January 1st, and then I'm going to start. So these are the numbers. You want your creditor, your balance, the rate in which, your interest rate, your minimum payment. This is not whatever you pay on it. This is the minimum that you have to pay. And this custom, I don't fill this one out. It automatically fills it out for me. I have not put any numbers in here. And you can erase that number. You don't have to put anything in there. This is the total amount of debt. This is the total amount of minimum payments that I have. This is the amount. So say here, okay, that's me not paying anything extra, okay? So if I pay nothing extra, it's February 2029. If I use the snowball method alone and do not pay anything extra, the snowball method is, so say it's credit 1-8 here. This is the first one to be paid off in the snowball method. Takes your smallest balance first, then your second smallest balance, and so on up to the largest balance. It does not count or consider your interest rate at all. It's just this column here from smallest to largest, as you can see. If I do nothing but the snowball method in February of 2029, I can have, according to this, which is take with a grain of salt because you can put extra, you may not pay as much, whatever. This is what this says, estimated February 29. Okay, so the snowball method, what that is, a snowball payment is once this, okay, so what's the ones first? Capital 1-8. So when Capital 1-8 is paid off, that $25 that I pay on it every month, I don't just keep that $25 in my pocket. I take that $25 and put it to the next bill, which is the credit 1-2. So I would take this $25 that I was normally paying there, put it with this $48, and that would be my minimum payment on here until this is paid off. When this one is paid off, you take this $25 plus this $48. What is the third one? The third one is the Capital One 4, and put it on to $30. So you would be paying 25, 48, and the 30. And that you pay that every month until that one's paid off, and so on and so on. And it's like a snowball. It gets each small payment. When one of them's paid off, you take that payment and pay it towards the next one. So you're never just keeping that $25 in your pocket. It's like, oh, that credit card's paid off, I'm not going to do anything with it. You literally take that payment and pay it to the next balance. You're not paying any more per month than your minimum payments. But as you get things paid off, you take that and pay it to the next. I think that makes sense. I think I explained it well enough. If you do this method, according to mine, February of 2029, I could have it paid off. I have figured in my budget that I should be able to pay $500 extra on my bills every month and still have money left over and still be able to save a little. So what I'm going to do is move this to 6 so that I've put the $500, and look at that. It takes an entire year off of my bills, off my debt, an entire year. So I still only pay the minimum monthly payments on everything, except if I pay an extra $500 a month. If this bill here is $175, this bill's getting paid off the first thing. First thing getting paid off, it's done. The rest of that $500 is going to go to the second one, which is this one, the credit one too. That's going to be paid off. So that $329 plus the $175 plus the $25 plus the $48. So it kind of gets a little confusing when you start thinking, okay, the $25 here needs to go to this, but I'm also paying that $500. It does get a little confusing. If you're trying to write it down, it does. But that's why I like this program. Because if you come down here to the bottom screen and go to payment schedule, it will give you your payments. So you can see up here that $175.09 should, if there's no other charges, turn into $179.42. You pay that. You pay $337.63 to this, and you still have $80.95 to pay to this. Now you may say this right here is going to add up to more than $500, but you're still paying the minimum payment. You're still counting that $25 in this one. You're still counting the minimum payment here and the minimum payment here. So I know that's confusing, but if you just keep track of every one of your minimum payments and say each one, like you just roll it over so that the next time you do your budget, instead of having 2 Capital One cards, I'll have 1 Capital One card, but then the $25 I would have put to the other card, I'll just add to the minimum payment in my budget to the next card, to whatever the next one is. And this will give you, and this loan right here is, the reason it's so short compared to the rest is because it's actually getting paid off on its own. It's almost at the end of the 3 years, so it's going to be paid off. But you can see here, I'm paying to this last debt almost $2,700. I'm paying $2,677.70 all of these months, but that's how it's going to get paid off. Now, I also am not just going to pay $2,677. I'm going to pay my minimum payment, and then I'm going to call with the rest of that money and put it to a principal only payment. I don't know if this program accounts for principal only payments for stuff like your car and the camper. I don't know if it counts those. It may make it go a little faster. I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't have the answer to that. But that's, this is the payment you would make. I am going to pay the minimum payment, and then the rest of it I'm going to call them and make the rest go to principal. So it may speed it up. It may not. This may account for that. I don't think it does. But don't quote me on that because I really don't know. Then you have a chart. And it shows how much of your income is going to the bills, how fast they're going to get paid down. And by February of 2028, it should be paid off. Now, I do want to show you one thing here. See this last payment, this $21.59.48. I can't decide if I want to do the snowball method or the avalanche method. Snowball starts with your smallest balance and goes up. The avalanche starts with your highest interest rate and goes down. So because my Subaru is probably one of the least, is the least amount that I owe, the least interest that I pay. Let me show you. And it does that too. So your snowball lowest balance first here, and then your avalanche changes. It's still paying off in February of 2028 for me, but look at this last payment. Look at that. Instead of $2,100 in that month, I could pay $226.88 in that month. That's a significant savings. It's like $1,900 that I could then have in my pocket that month that I wouldn't have if I do the snowball method. If you're starting out with a payoff journey, a debt payoff journey, and you really want to see progress quickly and you don't want to wait, then do the snowball method. And you can start one and then switch over and do the other. Like, you don't have to stick to one or the other. I don't know which one I want to do. I really want to see these smaller cards get paid off. And it will be paid off come September of next year, but I want to pay it off next month. Like, I want to pay it off now. But when I look at this and I see a difference of $1,900, that kind of hurts. Like, that, I don't like that. I like having the $1,900, but I don't like not having it at the end. Again, this tool is a tool. It is not a guarantee that this is exactly what it's going to look like, but it gives you a general idea. And it tells you, if you want to do the avalanche method, I just need to put that whole $500 towards this and buy. And then, because this, see how this jumps up even though it's not finished? It's because these get paid off and this gets paid off beforehand. Like, these, just because of time, and there's a small balance, and because of time they get paid off. So that's why this one jumps up so much compared to what it is before, because these minimum payments drop off and go to this. So now let me show you one more thing before I go. Like I said, this is the first in my debt payoff series. So I hope you subscribe and like this video and come back, because I'm going to give you real numbers. I mean, it's embarrassing to be this much in debt, but you know what? I'm sure that there are people out there that are in much more debt than I am. And I just, there's people that are in more debt than me. There's people in less debt than me. And if you don't tackle it, you're going to stay that way. So at least I'm trying to do something about it. So I'm going to give you real numbers, and if I spend on it, I'm going to give you that real number too. And I'm hoping that by doing this, that'll keep me from doing that a lot. That's why I don't want to spend every penny that I have. I want to keep some money behind, because I want to be able to say, if I need something or I want something, I can save up for it. I don't have to spend every penny to where I feel like I need to use my credit cards, because that'll just put me in more debt. I'm trying to pay off debt, not have more. So I think this is what's going to work. This column here, this additional column, so say your taxes come in February and you don't want to save any money. I'm going to save my taxes, my bonuses, stuff like that. But say you get a tax refund and you think, okay, this month I can pay an extra $500. So you put that in there as an additional payment. It changes your payments here. It knocks off, it changes these. It's, if I put another $500 there, takes me down to January of 28 instead of February. So, I mean, if you have the extra and you want to pay the extra on the bills, it does change it, and it shows you the new plan. So it does change things. It shows you how it changes them. But, if you don't save, like for next year for Christmas, because I did use my cards for Christmas this year, I want to put at least $20 a week, or Yeah, I want to put like $50 out of every paycheck into a savings account for Christmas or something like that, or saving for the horses to get their feet done, or things that I know are happening like my car insurance. I don't, I'm saving for that every month so that when it comes, the bill's not such a terrible, drastic thing. More than Christmas, what got me behind this time is my $850 tax bill at the end of the year. So I didn't plan for that last year, and I need to this year because the money that I was going to save or use for Christmas, I used for my taxes, and I just don't want to do that again. So I'm going to save for that. I've already put that in my budget. I am going to rework my numbers just to make sure that I can do the $500 extra and see how that changes everything back. I want to make sure that the $500 will be, that will be enough for me to still save. So I'm going to rework my budget. I will show you how I'm doing that. But this is the first in the series, and I plan on coming back around the first part of every month and showing you my numbers. Next time, I will change these to the actual numbers. It'll probably start technically really on the second. It'll probably start on the second, but you can change that, and you can go through and change your numbers. Say you got a windfall for something and you just paid it on there and you didn't put it in here. You can change your numbers if this isn't correct. Every month you can change them if you want. You can mark one off. You can do whatever. It's yours to do as you wish with. You save it. You reuse it. Yeah. I mean, it's just, this is how I want to do it, and I want to keep myself accountable. I haven't decided 100% between the snowball method and the avalanche method. I really want to see progress, and at the beginning, maybe that would be better to see like this one have a zero balance and get some of these completely paid down. But at the same time, when I look at that last payment and I see $226 instead of $2,100 or $2,600, I can't even remember what the last one was. I think the last one was like 21. And when I see that difference in that last month, I'm like, wow, that's almost like $1,900 in my pocket or something like that. So it sounds kind of nice to have that extra $1,900 in February to put to savings or whatever I need. So yeah, so there we go. I will show you how I'm doing. I will keep up to it, and starting in January, I'm going to redo my budget, and I will show you that to make sure that I can actually put $500. And if not, I'll change it, but I think I can. So just go to Vertex 42, and I'll try if I can remember to put this in the video. I will put a link to this. It's completely free. Like I said, you can buy the other one, but you can use this one, and it's completely free. It is not for distribution or resale. It's not a professional, no professional license. In the free version, you can apparently get something like that, but yeah. But there you go. That's what I'm doing, and I will see you guys soon, and I will work my budget again and show you all exactly what those numbers look like. Okay? Have a great day. Merry Christmas for those that celebrate. Happy Hanukkah, or whatever other holiday comes that I can't think of off the top of my head. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon with a rework of my budget to make sure that $500 is what I can put towards my debt, and hopefully get some money saved. I'm going to tell you what my plan is for saving while I'm paying off debt, because I want to do both. Otherwise, I do believe if you don't save some while you're paying off debt, then you're just going to get in more debt because things come up and you have to pay them. So I want to do both, and I'm going to work my budget to do that. Okay, you guys have a great day. Bye.